He's going around the outside, around the badger on the S's. Oh, this is ballsy, going around the Dunlop curve, the side to side. Oh my word, Austin's coming through. Clip it, you know what to do. Hit that goddamn clip button. That was a fantastic bit of driving. As it comes down to the Ascari Benz, there's some traffic in front. I think it's a Red Bull. Oh, Sam's. Oh, what a crash! What a crap! What an impact! Wow, somebody clip that. That's alright. What's an F50 Max take his teammate? Is he going to do a double overtake on Eggers? Oh my word! Is he going to get this one to stick? He does it. Somebody clip that. Double overtake from F50 Max. He is on it tonight. Sam Tabner and Benji Brundle going side by side. Oh, contact, and Sam is... Oh, what an impact. What an impact. He is gone. Oh, so, oh my... What a move. What a move by Amsterdam. Somebody clip that. I mean clip that. That is about as good as an overtake as you'll ever see. Is Benji going to try and switch back? Benji got great traction out turn 3. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, they're banging wheels. They're banging wheels. There's Benji's car. And Benji's going to do it. Oh, hello. Oh, my word. Easy, Tigers. Easy, Tigers. Oh, Kush has been spun round. Big crash. Big crash. Somebody clip that. And he puts it in against the wall. Hey, there we go. I like that. I like that. There we go. Hey, good evening, everybody. How you all doing? It's Big K on the Xbox, Baron Kebab, the racing guru. Welcome to the channel tonight. We've got a bit of Total Impact Racing coming at you tonight, ladies and gents. And we are at the Temple of Speed in, I was going to say Spa, but we're not. It's Temple of Speed in Monza. Oh my God, I'm getting so old. I don't even know what track it is. And anyways, joining me tonight in the comms booth is The Voice, Kenzie Retro. Good evening, sir.
Good evening on the weekend of the Indy 500 as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of motor racing this weekend. If you like the American version of Formula One, where they go round and round and round and round and round in circles for a long time. But anyways, I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in. We're just trying to get one straggler in. We're going to go in spectate mode anyway, because if they come in, they can come in during qualifying. So we'll go in spectate mode, I think. And yes, Adam LB, that is fine. Jump in the Alfa Romeo. And we're going to show you a little track guide, courtesy of a TIR legend. We'll be right back. Welcome to Beer and Kebab TV's Hot Laps. This week we're at Monza with a hot lap from TIR Jason, Division 2 Thoroughbred. There you go. TIR Jason with the hot lap, a 1:17.9. That's from a Division 2 drive, by the way. That's pretty damned impressive, if I do say so myself. But yeah, welcome everybody. We've got a Division 1. I do have a confession to make, actually. It is a completely rejig lobby tonight because we have got an awful lot of people away at the moment on holiday, working, and oh my goodness me. So I've managed to put together for you what I think is actually a very good lobby tonight, and I'm not going to give any surprises, giveaways yet, but I will I will give you the names in a minute when we see them on the screen. All right, and I will catch up with the chat in a couple of minutes as well. So I've got a little bit of an ear infection as well, so I'm a little bit deaf in my left ear. So hopefully I'm not talking too loud or anything. And if you need the audio changing, guys, in the chat, let me know and I can turn it all up or down for you because I'm a little bit deaf in the left ear at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, Kenzie, rounding off the week with the Templar Speed yet again. What a track, an iconic track on the calendar. It should be a great race tonight.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of history with this track. We've seen many an iconic moment here over the years, especially two particular races: 2008. Sebastian Vettel, Toro Rosso, and then last year, what a story! Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, who would have thought
booted
it?
Booted from Red Bull the previous season, and it's another. It's just a fine example of why we keep watching every week.
Absolutely.
To see moments like that play out.
It was like an Olivier Panis moment at Monaco. Do you remember he won Monaco all those years ago in
Monaco '96?
What car was it? Was it the Stewart or something like that? It was a really crappy car with Ligier or something. Not being Ligier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Ligier.
But yeah, it's amazing. We're going to go trackside now, so I'll give you a rundown of the riders, and you can see just who exactly is racing tonight. Let's have a quick little look. All right, we do have two special guests tonight, the terrible twosome, who are really helping me out here. And one of them is right at the top, Rampant Badger. Wow. We've got Findium. Yep, the mighty Finn is back. Esports Challenger Series driver is back where he belongs. Friday night in TIR. It's great to see him back racing. Sink Liam, Brandon, ERN Skeefy, Cookie Chip, Adam LB, F50 Max, Bingley, New Perennial, Sinkers Watos. Good to see him back as well. We got Nath, ERN Crowding. Who's this? Car number 14. TIR.
It's a fishy-fingered wonder.
TIR Cod. Do you know what? I never
Captain Birdseye himself.
I never ever thought I'd say the word Division 1 and TIR Cod in the same sentence, let alone in the same stream. Wow, but no, joking aside, Cod was doing me a hot lap actually around Monza earlier on. He started doing it at 3:30 and he still only got past Lesmo 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. I'm really grateful that Cod's. So we're going to have a good race tonight, but we're going to have some fun as well. Okay, we've got IRL Schumacher, of course, LP Smoke, Syke Zaney, and AMS Chasta is making his debut tonight, and we've heard a lot of good things about AMS Chasta. So I'm looking forward to see how he gets on. Hayes, yes, if you want to, Hayes, come and jump in. Absolutely, fill up that lobby. Let's catch up with the chat anyway. We've got some cars out on outlaps at the moment. Let's just get some telemetry up for you guys at home, and then I think we've got is that an Alfa Romeo? Or is that a Ferrari? I'm going colourblind in the
It's an Alfa Romeo. It's Adam LB that's the lead car. I must keep my Misty Hayes bias to the side this evening.
Okay, let me just sort the audio out a little bit. There we go, we can hear what's going on. Welcome. Let's have a quick look at the chat. There's a competition, of course, tonight as well, which I'll come on to. Good evening, Pumpy. Welcome. Jason, how you doing, fella? Good evening, Jackie Jr. Look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. Good evening, Hayes. Adam LB, yeah, welcome. Brandon says, can't wait till next season to get my biggest rival to join me, GRA Kurt. Yeah, he's a great driver. We saw him last night. He is joining us next season in Division 1, and he is a damn fine racer. Badders, how you doing? Classic track this. Can't wait for the top labs to go around. Absolutely. Stacey with the resub, 12 months in the Kebab House crew. She's Twitch primed out of her mind. Thank you so much, Stacey. I greatly appreciate that. 12 months in the crew, man. That's some
full year.
That's amazing.
That's dedication.
And she's unlocked her 12-month subscriber badge as well, the multicoloured subscriber badge. So thank you so much, Stacey. I really, really appreciate all the support you've given me over the last 12 months. Wow. Davey J's in the chat. Oh, come on, Davey J. How you doing, my man? How you doing? Right, Adam LB is on the lap. I'm going to do the hot lap call in a minute. We're going to. I'm just going to watch Adam LB do the lap, and then we'll jump on somebody for you to do your hot lap call, Kenzie. Okay, I haven't forgotten. I was just chatting away there.
It's fine.
Well, I'll just watch Adam LB come round. He's just making his way down the back straight towards the Ascari bends, and I'm not going to say too much about this lap, apart from the fact I know it'll be a good one, because Kenzie is going to do a hot lap call with somebody starting a lap very, very soon. I think it could well be Cinquezueto. No, it won't be Cinquezueto. He's on an out lap at the moment. I tell you what, mate. Cookie Chip is just coming around Ascari. He's on an out lap, so I'll jump on board with Cookie. Okay, and that'll be the hot lap.
Got it.
All right. So Adam LB is just coming through now on the soft compound tyre, and it's an 18.951. Good lap there. Cinquezueto is just about to come through as well on his first flyer. It's a 19.7 from Sink. I'm going to jump on board with Cookie Chip because it's that time of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Kenzie's hot lap call. Take it away, Kenzie.
Here we go. This is arguably one of the fastest. One of, if not the fastest circuit of the calendar, which is why it's called the Temple of Speed. Crowding comes across the line with a 1:18.6 as Cookie Chip goes through the Rettifilio chicane, accelerating through the gears, 5th gear, 6th gear, up to 7th. He's going to go flat out into 8th gear, round Curva Grande, about 195 miles an hour. Clocks out at just over 200, heading up to the Della Roja chicane, about 75 miles an hour on entry, and then just blitzes through, heading up to the 2 Lesmos. Breaks down to about 115 for the first Lesmo, accelerates up again, and then breaks down again to about 150 for the second Lesmo. Bit wide on the exit though, and now he's coming up towards the Ascari chicane, named after two-time Formula 1 champion Alberto Ascari, champion in 1952 and 53 for the Ferrari outfit, and Cookie Chip has invalidated, which is a little unfortunate.
Okay, no worries. Now, who have we got on a flyer at the moment? Who is on a lap? I'll tell you what, who is on a lap. We've got to call it. Captain Birdseye himself, the fishy-fingered wonder on a hot lap. Kenzie, call this lap. Call this lap, dude.
He's coming up towards Della Roja now. I'll say, one of the drivers that's filling in last minute, effectively, with everybody deciding, nope, I'm not going to race tonight because I have business to do. And he goes, oh, careful. Right. He's lucky he didn't invalidate.
Yeah.
But now he's coming up towards the Ascari chicane. 209, 210. 211 he just clocked out at. Heading through the Ascari chicane. A little bit twitchy midway through there. And now down the back straight towards the Parabolica. So what you need to do here is you need to make a tight entry, something similar to that. Don't do a Tokyo drift like Carter's done, and then just a wide line on the exit and across the line. 120.5, he goes 5th.
Thank you very much, Kenzie. Good hot lap call with lots and lots of facts and trivia for you there. Okay, who have we got on a flight at the moment? We've got Skeefy out and about at the moment. He's just coming through Parabolica. He's actually he's getting a toe off Nath. I think Nath's going to be coming in the pits. Nath was just... oh, no, Nath's going again, actually. But here comes Skeefy on his first run. It's a 19.4 on his first run. And he backs out immediately. Doesn't want to go any further. Let's have a look at Findium. Here we go. Findium is on a fly, just coming through Curva Grande, making his way up to the Erosia chicane. Let's see how he gets on. First, of course, Finn's been racing a lot on PC recently. First time back on a console for a little while, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on here. But nicely through the Erosia chicane, making his way through Lesmo 1. Runs it in 4th, quickly double up, shifting to 6 gears. He then drops down to 5th and then 4th, and then runs quite wide on the exit, using a lot of that outside curb there through Lesmo 2, and then making his way down the back straight towards the famous Ascari bends. Let's see how he gets on. Probably roll it in 4th or 5th. He's going to roll it in 5th. Oh, that looks nice and smooth. Aggressively uses the curb as well. Wow, that was aggressive, wasn't it, Kens? He really aggressively used the curbs.
Giving it everything he has as he comes towards the Parabolica.
Absolutely. He did exactly what you said. He tucks the car in, lets it drift wide, and they'll tuck it back in again just before the pit wall, because that's the optimal line for these guys. And it is a 1:18.4 for his first run. That's a pretty tidy banker lap. Syke Zaney is also on a lap at the moment, coming through Lesmo 2. We've seen Smoke go through the 19.7. Nath went through the 19.5 in the mediums. I think he was just getting some rubber down. So we'll stay with Sykes Zaney at the moment, and then we'll jump on board with AMS Chasta. Oh, Sykes gone a little bit deep then. He's invalidated that lap.
He's invalidated.
He's going to have to back out. So we'll go with Bingley, who's just come out of the Radophilia chicane, making his way through the Curva Grande, and we'll see how he gets on. I'm going to catch up with the chat a little bit as well. Missed quite a few of you guys. Thanks for the host, Ash. Really, really appreciate it. Davey, how you doing? PUBG later on, my man. Hopefully, if you're around. Who have we got in there? Yeah, go and do some qualifying, Stace, if you want. Good evening, Waddo. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, Toddy says, just saying that if COD is in Division 1, then I should be in Division 0. Oh, 0. Hey, COD's doing me a huge, huge favour. And, you know, we've got to have someone to provide the comedy. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding, COD. I was very, very grateful that he is just stepping in to help fill up tonight. Bingley takes the Ascari bend superbly. He absolutely nailed it through there, Kens, as he's making his way down towards Parabolica. This is looking pretty quick, actually. This could be a low 18 here. Maybe, let's see what he does. This is looking a pretty mighty lap from Bingley. It is a 1:18.533, so there we go. He is through. Let's have a look at Chasta. He's just on an outlap at the moment, actually. He's just put some rubber down those mediums by the looks of it. Sykes going again. I think F50 Max is on the lap as well, just coming through Rogier. Ash says, I just used your tip interviews from... Oh my God, you didn't, did you? Oh, and you've got a trial shift. Oh, congratulations. So you did threaten to kidnap the interviewee's wife and kids if you didn't get the job. I'm so pleased that worked for you, because I was worried I was going to get a call from the police station to come and
Okay. I'll try my best to keep people up to date with what's going on. I'm just with Perennial right now. He's coming through the Ascari chicane. Oh, and he's lost it.
Oh, what I got no. I can't see it.
He spun it and somehow kept it out of the wall.
Wow.
Oh, really unlucky there. Ascari chicane now, and a little bit twitch of he had a small twitch of oversteer coming out of the Lesmos.
Who's that? Sorry, Schumacher. Okay.
Schumacher. But now he's
on board.
Coming up towards Parabolica now. Got an 18.3 to beat from Sykes Zaney, who's currently top of the timesheets at the moment. Smooth as you like from Schumi. Wants to get a pull out. 19.3. That puts him just inside the top 10 in P9.
I just see some messages in the chat saying they said the stream had died. Is it all back, guys? Because I'm not showing any issues on my end. Can you just confirm in the chat that the stream's okay?
Hang tight.
I'm not seeing any issues on my end. Stream is fine.
All good.
Okay, no, that's fine.
All good on my end.
A couple of people said it disappeared. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. No gremlin's mind, apart from the fact I got dashboarded. Okay, well, IOL Schumacher went through the 1:19.3 and is just... he's just getting out of the way there of some traffic. I'll catch back up with the chat at the moment. Let's have a look at Rampant Badgers on the lap at the moment. He's just coming through the Lesmos. And target time for him is 1:20 is 0, which will change. That'll come right down. Okay. I'm going to catch up with the chat. Wado, yeah, come and jump in, dude. Come and jump in, fella.
This will give him an extra bit of practice heading into this weekend's action for the XRL as I commentate with them on.
What's this? Promoting other leagues on my channel, Kenzie. That's
sorry,
it. Naughty
sorry,
boy. No,
sorry.
it's okay. Here goes Rapper Badger, 1:20.467. So that puts him in P16. We've got a couple guys on outlaps at the moment. Sink Liam's retired. He did a 1:18.9.
Yeah,
Fastest lap is still.
He's happy with his time.
Yeah. Like Cod's on an
But it
outlap.
could be touch and go.
Yeah, Cod's just coming around parabolic. Is he my lead car? I'm just going to work this out actually. Got a Williams. Yeah, it's Cod. Right, Cod's on a flyer. So let's jump on board with the Fishy Fingered Wonder as he comes up towards Red Affiliate Chicane. I'm just going to quickly run through the chat. Where I got to was Ash with congratulations getting the shift. So, yeah, GG's there. GG's indeed. Ash Rainbow, good evening. Welcome. Wado says, I thought I was seeing things when seeing Cod in. No, Cod is here. Sinker's Waito has left the session. Can you invite Sink back, please?
I think. Hang
Thank you.
tight.
Yeah, come on in, Wado. Okay. Apparently the stream did crash momentarily. Right, Stick's back in. Cod's slightly up on his time in the Sector 2 splits. He comes through the Ascari bends, rolls it in 5th gear. A little bit slidey at the rear end there. Badder says, why did S77 leave? Because he crashed too many times.
Yeah. And to think he used to be my teammate as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks to the host, by the way, Pumpy. Really appreciate that. Oh, Cod's coming in the pits. Sink Casrete's retired from Sesh. He's happy with his time, which is risky because he is on the cusp. Here comes Skeefy, and Skeefy's going to put him out here. This is going to be in the 18s by Skeefy. 18.905. Great lap there from Skeefy. But of course, we know like Sink does like to start at the back. He's got a thing about it. Well, on board in Nath, who is currently coming up to the Rosier chicane. He's a 10th up on his previous lap. He needs to get the hammer down a little bit here, actually, because he's running out of time. Chaster's lap improved again. He went through the mediums again, Kens, with a 19.3 on the mediums. That's pretty damned impressive.
Yeah, it does. It does mean realistically he's going to need to start on the softs because 5-lap old mediums. I don't see him lasting more than 10 laps if he starts on mediums.
Nathan validates that he is going to. I think we have the timing glitch, I believe, so I think he is going to get a chance to put another lap in. He was fueled up for 2 anyway, looking at the car. Let's have a look at Hayes, who's just coming through, about to complete her lap in the Alpha Tauri. And it is a 19.7, but she I think can go. No, she's not going again. I think, and I think that is it.
No, check the flags out. That's it.
Yeah. So we know we've lost. Well, it's just all down to Nath really now. Let's go on board with Nath again as he comes down to the Red Affiliate chicane, coming through there. Sykes retired from the sesh. He's happy with his time. So basically now it's just whether or not Nath can knock Sink Casreto out of Q1. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you only need to find a 10th or so. And he's almost 2 tenths up. Yeah,
well, Nath you'd expect to be mid-18s, to be honest, but with this pace and what he's been doing so far this season, I would be thinking Q1 pace around about 18.5. And he's one of the guys who's in with a good chance, I think, of getting into the 17s, providing it's clear in Q3. F50 Max has left the session. Can you invite F50 Max, please? This is Wado's retired for Sesh, okay. This is really frustrating, guys, because I know a lot of leagues are having the same problems at the moment. The game, unfortunately, is past its shelf life, and it is failing a lot. A lot of people are getting disconnects, games crashing, as you saw. I had it again. I had it last night as well.
Not ideal.
No, it is what it is, really. Not long to the new game, though, Kenzie. We've got a few more weeks to wait. Right, Nathan looks like he's nailed it this time. This is a quicker lap. There we go, 18-7.
That's Caswaito out.
Yeah, that puts Cinquezueto out. And AMS Chester goes through in the medium, so he'll be quite happy in his debut, of course, going through the Q2 without having to run the soft compound tyres. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Q1 done and dusted. We'll give you a rundown in a couple of minutes of the final stand-ins. Don't forget, if you type in exclamation giveaway, ladies and gents, there is a competition running tonight, which I've run over from last night because no one won it last night. So if you type in exclamation giveaway in the chat, it will bring up the details about the competition. A chance to win some TIR merchandise. So check it out. Sig Badger, how you doing? Matt says, not long until we can shout at the same old stuff on a different game. I know, but at least it's not boring then, is it? Like, you know what I mean? And it's just been brought to my attention. It happens every time on my streams. Cinquezueto and LP Smoke had identical times. And the reason why Cinquezueto is out is because Smoke said his time first. And we're going
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, Brandon's just mentioned it in the chat, neither did I. But Sykes Zoney's fastest then. So we've got a few guys in the 18s. Finn in P2, Binger's in 3. They've got Crowding 4, Brandon 5, F50 Max 6, Adam LB 7, Nathan 8, Skeethy 9, Sink Liam 10th. All those guys in the 118s. We've got Cookie Chip, Perennial, Schumacher, AMS Chast on the mediums. Confirmation that LP Smoke is through to Q2 with an identical time to Cinquezueto, which is pretty phenomenal. And then we have Hayes, Rampant Badger, Cod, and Wado.
So first time I've seen identical times in qualifying all season so far.
I've seen it. It happens most times I stream, to be honest. I've seen it several times. It's just one of those things. It seems to happen on my streams. Hey, Stevie, how you doing, fella? Good to see you. Smoke says, not expecting too much tonight. He's running no line tonight. Oh, fair enough, dude. Well done. Yeah, that's what I like to see. People taking assists off. Absolutely. But he's going to try and not cause any carnage. Hey, man, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, Steve. You'll be fine, buddy. Okay, right, what we're going to do now, I'm just going to bring up the league tables for what they're worth with so many people missing, but I'm going to bring up the league tables anyway for you guys to have a look at home. Okay, those are the league tables going into tonight's race. Bingley, top of the tree with 126 points. Nathan P2 with 86. Sykes Zoney with 72. Sam Tabin is not here tonight. He's on holiday. Brandon's on 68. Race on 62. Cookie Chip 60. And then so on and so forth. We were expecting AMS Term tonight, but he's decided to no-show, which is... after the rage quit last week, that's not a very good start to his racing career. And I'm afraid to say, as league owner, his seat is very much in doubt. Because I had a message not 3 hours ago saying he would be racing, and then people no-show. There you go, Kenzie.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to take off the kebab pad and bring up the main screen.
Yeah. There are a couple of other drivers that were meant to be here this evening that they could very well lose their seats after tonight as well.
Yeah, we do have a pretty firm rule. You miss 3 without a valid reason, and it's sayonara.
Yep.
And it's the way it should be. A lot of leagues run that, and you know, we put a lot of work in behind the scenes to put a show on for you guys. So you know, but the show must go on, and it does go on. And we've got a lot of new drivers coming in next season. Really, really excited about the season 5 as well.
Yeah.
We've got King Kirk 67 coming in. We've got possibly more of the S8Z guys on PC as well, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Some of the VSR guys will be joining us on PC next season as well. And also we have Kurt, GRA Kurt, who impressed so much last night. Very, very quick here. He was hoping to be here tonight, but he is at work, and it was a very short notice thing. But I'd love to have seen him race here tonight because he's a mid-17s man, to give you an idea of his quali pace.
That's definitely Div 1 without a doubt.
Absolutely. Talking of Div 1, Findium's on a lap at the moment, just making his way through Curva Grande. Wasters, says Pat Tate. Absolutely agree with you, Pat. Of course, yep. TIR Adam there, my pitbull, the TIR pitbull. He says it how it is, and I totally agree with him. Thank you, Pat. Wado says, is it a dry race? I have no idea, mate. I really don't know.
Well, dare I say, Brandon, if you're watching, since you're in the pits, can you check the weather forecast so we can get confirmation of that?
Yeah, if we can have weather forecast, that'd be great. Right, he's just confirmed in the chat it's a dry race. Okay, right. Crowding is our first guy. Then we've got a Mercedes, which I'm not sure which one it is actually. And then we've got Finn, I think. Well, here comes Crowding on his first run, and it is an 18.7. I'm going to go with Finn. He's about to come through. Somebody else is about to come through as well. So Skeefy with the 22, just an exploratory lap. Finn also with just an exploratory lap, putting some rubber down. Sink Linda's a 19.1 on the softs. So a couple of guys coming straight into the pits. We've got Nath about to start a flyer. I'm just looking at the moment, guys, from our lead car. Where's LP Smoke? I think it's Cookie Chip, actually. No, it's not Cookie Chip. I think it is LP Smoke. Running no line tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Making his way down towards Parabolica. And let's see how Smoke gets on. Running, as I say, running no line. He's on the medium compound tyre as well, so I'll be interested to see what sort of time he can set. It's 120.3 on the mediums. That puts him in P4. Cookie Chip is just coming around behind him. We've got a Mercedes going through, which was Schumacher with the 20.4 on the mediums as well. Cookie Chip on softs with a 120 flat. So that's his first run. We've got Bingley coming through Ascari. Nathan's purpled sector 1. So let's jump on board of Bingley. Making his way down towards Parabolica. And then we have... I'm trying to work out who it is, actually. Behind, I think it's quite a few cars actually on in-laps. And I think the next car could well be Nath. Right, here comes Bingers. That's just an exploratory lap, putting rubber down. So let's jump on board with Nath. It's just come out of the Ascari Benz. I'll do a prediction actually in the chat for you guys, I think. Just give us a couple of minutes. I just want to call a little bit of comms first for a little while, Jakey, and then I will do some kind of prediction. As here comes Nath, exiting Parabolica. This looks pretty quick actually. It is a 1:18.9. That puts him in P2. Good lap there. And Sykes just, I don't think Sykes on a flyer. I mean, he's weaving from side to side. So he's just, he's backed right off. Okay, so who have we got then, Kens?
A lot of them on out. A lot of them are on their outlaps to see who's closest to starting.
Chaster's just started. AMS Chaster has just started.
We'll go with him then.
Yeah. We'll watch him making his way down towards Redophilia Chicane. One of the toughest first corners, if not the toughest, on the calendar, Kenzie. It is so tricky to get right.
Definitely.
And at the start of the race, it's carnage, isn't it? Quite often because of the domino, the concertina effect with the braking. It is, when you think about it, you're going flat out, you've geared up, you're flat out, and then it's a very heavy braking zone, and everybody is piling in to that one little piece of track. It is so heavy. So difficult indeed, but that Chaster's looking okay. He's on the soft compound tyre. Run the mediums, of course, in Q1. And he's making his way now down the back straight towards the Ascari Benz, which is probably best to take in fifth gear, I'd say.
Well, he shifts down to fourth, and then he shifts back up to fifth.
Nicely done, though. Nicely done, Kens. That looked pretty neat through there. Let's jump on board. As he comes around Parabolica, again, he takes it in fourth. I take it in fourth as well, I must admit. A lot of people take it in fifth, but I find fourth gives me a little bit more oomph. And it's a 1:18.6. That's the fastest we've seen so far in Q2. Very, very good lap there. Adam LB's on a fly at the moment. He is coming down. Kenzie, take over this lap. He's just coming down towards Ascari.
Righty-ho. So let's see what Adam LB can do. He's got an 18.6 to beat from Chester. Chester very happy he's made it into Q2 on his debut. Adam LB coming up towards Parabolica now. He's got his teammate Bingley ahead of him, who's just going to be coming into the pits, and there he goes. 18.6 to beat. What's Adam going to get? 18.7! Identical times.
Very. He's done it again with
said it first.
Twice in the same stream, Kens. Oh my good lord. Well, Perennial has invalidated his run, so we'll go back to, I think, F50 Max. I think Sykes on an in lap, I think. So we'll go with their 50 bags. Yeah, don't forget the competition is there for subscribers. I've reset the clock from last night because no one got it right last night. So the competition is quite simply how many podiums has the Racing Goo? Oh, Max has gone. He's lost it.
Ascari!
He's been there, Ascari. Oh my goodness me, Max. Max, are you okay, dude? Are you okay? The ambulance is here. You can jump in the back if you want to. If you can still walk, Max. Oh dear. Poor old Max. Poor old Max, indeed. Brandon, I'm still in the ambulance, and Brandon's coming through with a 1:18.988. Here comes Finn. Finn's on the medium compound tyres, going a lot quicker this time, and it's a 19.2. It puts him in P8 on the mediums. I wonder if Finn will go again on the come in and go for a set of softs. The fuel light is on as he comes through Redophilia. Yeah, he's running no battery at all at the moment. So top 10, of course, go through the Q3, ladies and gentlemen, and they will start the race. They set the fastest lap on in the same with the tyres. They set the fastest lap on in this qualifying session. Not the same compound, but the exact same set of tyres. And then the guys that drop out 11 through 15, they can start on any compound they so wish. Of course, provided it's a dry race. If it's a wet race, it's a moot point. But we've been told in the chat that it is a dry race. And as Ash has just pointed out, Kenzie, look at the two Williams, how close they are. Very competitive there.
3 thousandths between them.
Absolutely. 3 1,000ths of a second. That is it. Oh, Finn's in... well, he's on an in-lap anyway. He's backing right out. He'll be coming in. Probably putting a set of softs on just to cover off anybody. St. Liam's just coming through Lesmo 2. So we'll jump on board with St. Liam. Ratatouille, how you doing? I'm actually going to say that in a minute. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, St. Liam's invalidated. We've got LP Smoke on an outlap, about to start a flyer. Bingley's in Sector 1, so we'll go with LP Smoke. Right, this is from Ratatouille. I have a question for one. Just a hypothetical one. As the Wonder Kid, the rising number one wonders, should one only win one in 1 year, would one want to have that one in round one?
Oh my word, that is such a tongue twister.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think he DNF'd Ratatouille himself, like, you know what I mean? Quality. I like that. Now, the thing is, though, I've got to try and say it quickly, and that is just not going to happen. I'll end up getting so tongue-tied and twisted, I'll end up suffocating myself with my tongue. Right, Smoker's invalidated, so he is fueled up for another lap, though. Where is Bingley? Bingley's just getting some heat into his tyres. Perennial is Grande. So we'll have a look at Bingers, who's about to start a flyer. Coming round Parabolica just to get ready. I'm looking bloody orange again on the stream. I don't know whether it's me or this new webcam on you. I bought myself a new webcam, guys. It's a Logitech C922, which apparently is one of the better webcams that you can get for streaming. The only thing is that the crappy old thing I had before, which is, if you can see it, is this one, which I'm using for PC racing now. I had all the lighting set up for that, and I've not had a chance to set it up for the 922. So if I appear a bit dark or a bit orange, I do apologise. I'll get it sorted for the next stream. Okay, here comes Bingley. Come on, Kenzie, call the lap.
Bingley, righty-ho, coming up towards the two Lesmos. Takes that a little bit faster than some of the drivers we've seen previously. Took the first one about 125, second Lesmo about 120, DRS wide open. He's running a lower downforce setup. He just clocked out there at 212, heading into the Ascari chicane, really attacking it on entry and throughout. Down the back straight now towards Parabolica. What is he going to be able to pull out of the bag?
This is looking pretty quick from Bingley Kens.
Indeed it does. And across the line, 18-1!
18-1-8-9.
What a lap!
Outstanding lap from Bingley there. Thank you for the hot lap call, Kens. Wow, there we go, ladies and gents. The benchmark has just been raised a notch or two. Bingley nailing it. Are we going to see a 17 in Q3? I think it's quite likely. I've got a feeling we're going to see, I think, more than one 17 in Q3. Here comes Perennial. Needs to nail this one, really. He's under a little bit of pressure as he comes through the Scary bends. Yeah, that's not too bad. Back end just stepped out a fraction, but he corrected it very, very quickly. Brandon's Retirement says he's happy with his 18.3. F50 Max, of course, buried it in the wall on the exit of Ascari. I think Perennial's about, I would say he's about a good second down on Bingley here. Let's have a little look. Yeah, 18.9. That's not bad, actually. P6, 8 tenths down on Bingley, but that's a pretty good lap. The cutoff is now 19.222, and Findy, not surprisingly, has switched over to the soft compound tyre. Cookie's on a flight at the moment, but he's opted for the mediums. So I don't know whether this is a strategy call from Cookie. It's like he's going to have to do a stonking lap to get out of Q2 on the mediums. He needs to find, I reckon he's going to have to find half a second from somewhere on this particular compound to get through with the guys that are currently on out laps. So let's have a look at the split time. He is 4 tenths down. I think, Kenzie, when I was watching Cookie, I think at Rosier he picked up a little bit of kitty litter. Yeah. And I think that cost him a little bit of time. But he might pick up a little bit of time back here if he can get a nice little toe here. Chasta just pulling off to the right-hand side. And he has got Nath in front of him. He's about to start in fact, no, I think Nath's on a flyer as well. And Cookie does improve. He did find a lot of time, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Well, here comes St. Liam with an 18.7. He goes P6. Good lap. Syke Zaney is currently, he's 2 tenths up, but he needs to nail this one. He's on his way down the back straight towards Ascari. He has purpled sector 2. We do have some traffic in front. It could be Perennial on an in lap, I'm not sure. He comes to Ascari, absolutely throws his car through Ascari in the McLaren Tonight, of course, teammate of Cookie Chip, making his way down towards Parabolica now. Will he roll it in 5th or 4th? He's going to roll it in 5th, allows the car to drift out wide, and he'll then tuck it back in again for this optimal racing line close to the pit wall. This looks a pretty quick lap from Syke Zaney. It's an 18.2. Crowding goes through with an 18.2 as well. Good lap. Who is next on track? Let's have a little look. Skeefy. I think it's Skeefy, possibly. Adam LB. Yeah, it's Adam LB. Just coming through Parabolica. He was 2 tenths up as well, Kenzie. So this is looking like this could be around about 18.5 here from Adam LB if he's nailed it. Let's have a look. 18.637. He does improve, goes P5. Let's have a look at Skeefy. And then we've got Schumacher, I believe, and then Findium. Just saw Chasta go through with an 18.6 in P7. Top 10, of course, go through. So a few guys are under the pressure. Can Skeefy get through? No. Oh, well, he stays in P10, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Here comes Schumacher coming around the final corner, and he has
Findium, 18.0.
18.0 Finn from Finn, and that is Skeefy gone. And Schumacher improves considerably, but it's not enough. And that is Q2 done and dusted. Findium setting the timing screens alight with an 18.0. Miko on form tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is a stonking lap. And I think that might well have answered our question about Q3, about a 17, Kenzie. I think it's on the cards.
Yeah.
I can think of potentially 5 or 6 drivers in this lobby who could get into the 17s. Not including the comms guys, of course. I'll be lucky if I get into 1 minute 20s round here. Holy crap. But thanks for tuning in tonight, by the way, guys. Really, really appreciate you giving up your time on a Friday evening to come watch the Racing Guru and the Total Impact Racing Superstars. We've got a lot of guys missing tonight because of half term and work, and it's a bit of a nightmare, but we've got a lobby for you, as ever. Well, let's give you a quick rundown then of Q2. Findium, fastest M with an 18.0. Bingley at 18.189. Crowding with an 18.2. Syke Zaney 18.2. Nath there with an 18.3. Brandon 18.4. Adam LB 18.63. Chasta with an 18.67. St. Liam 3 with an 18.7. And Perennial with an 18.9. They're all safety through the Q3, and they will, of course, be starting on that same set of tyres, a scrub set for the race itself. And dropping out of qualifying, but entitled to a new set of boots, or a fresh set of boots of their choice. Skeefy, Schumacher, Smoke, Cookie Chip, and F50 Max. They'll have a fresh. I'm just going to shut Discord down actually because it is pigging away in the background. I mean, just I don't know if you can hear it, chat, but I'm gonna close it down. I'll catch up with it at the end of the stream. All right, just a quick reminder of the league tables as well. Let's just get the stats up for you. Bath TV's highlight reel. Tonight we're going to take a look back at last Sunday's classic Super Cup Monza Grand Prix. What am I doing?
And away we
I put
go.
up the wrong... Sorry.
Let's
Let's try that one. Let's try that one, shall we? Does help if you get the right graphic up. I was looking at the graphics thinking, that does not look like a league table. That looks like a highlight reel. Yeah. There we go. That's the league tables going into tonight's race. See, we've got quite a few drivers missing tonight, and but Bingley's got a great chance to really extend that gap at the top of the table. Finn's coming in for his first race of the season, of course, in the Xbox side of things. Of course, he's already racing in the PC League already, but he'll be looking to get a nice batch of points tonight. I think he's actually going to be racing Kenzie on Fridays for the rest of the season now. I think his other his PC Friday commitments are finished. And of course, he's racing on the Wednesday for us with the PC side of things. So that's the league tables done. And we do have some cars out on track. Let's have a little look. We've got Williams of Brandon. He is the lead car. You all right there, dude? You still there?
Yeah, this is just just a bit of wind from my beverages.
Oh, you're burping away there. What's on the menu tonight? What beverages have you got tonight, then, Kens?
Oh, it's I was torn between two. I was torn between red cola or cream soda, and I decided I'll go for the creamy soda because that's the one I've preferred most. But got to watch how much I'm having because I'm close to the 200-pound mark as far as my weight's concerned. I need to get that lost pronto.
Hey, listen, that's a lightweight compared to me. I'm more like the 2,000 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So you're all good. But you got to watch that. Is it like a low sugar drink you've got there? Is it Fat Boys?
It is, I am. As far as like fizzy drinks are concerned, I'm making sure that I keep it. I'm making sure that it's low sugar.
I've started drinking that Pepsi Max now as well because I've actually because I used to hate all that fake, the fake sugar taste. I used to find it bitter.
All the sweeteners, yeah.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Pepsi Max is actually not bad. Once you get used to it, it's actually a pretty nice drink, and I think I prefer it now to what I call the traditional Fat Boys Coke. And I do like a bit of Coke, I must admit. Anyway. That's enough rambling for me about drinks for the minute because Brandon is currently on a hot lap at the moment.
He's coming up towards the Ascari chicane now.
Yeah, as indeed are a lot of cars. And there we go. He's just making his way through there. We'll stay on board of Brandon. Let's see how he gets on. I'm trying to think of a prediction question for the race itself, Kenzie. What do you think? Have a think about that. It's got to be a yes/no answer. But I'd like to do some kind of prediction for the chat, give him a chance to earn some channel points. Brandon goes through 18.5 on his first run. Okay, that's the first one out of the way. The Ferraris are just starting laps, so I think it's his teammate Nath. Next car on a flyer. He's invalidated. So it is the McLaren of Sykes-Zaney. He's also invalidated. So that brings me to the Haas of Chasta. He's invalidated. Crowding.
Now he's still going.
He's still going. Well, we'll go on board of Crowding. And then there's the Renault of St. Liam just behind. 3 guys currently on outlaps at the moment. Here comes Crowding. And, of course, we saw Crowding's got some good pace about him. Goes through with an 18.5, just 2/100ths of a second. St. Liam goes through with an 18.7. That's a slight improvement on his Q2 time. Bingley is on a lap. I'm not sure if he's the lead car, though. Nate's invalidated again. Sykes-Zaney is on a flyer. Chasta is on a flyer. I'm trying to work out what the car is here.
Perennial's about to start his hot lap. Williams.
Yeah, it's Bingley. Nath is invalidated, so Bingley, I think, is the lead car. And he's just making his way down the back straight towards Parabolica. Yeah. Okay, here comes Bingers then. What can he do? Can he get sub 1:18? This is going to be close. It's a 1:18.4 in his first run. Good lap there in his first run. Absolutely. Finn's about to start a flyer. Nate's invalidated. Syke is on the flyer as well, as is Chasta, is just behind us. We'll go with Syke at the moment. He's trying to get a toe off that Williams as well, I think, which is probably a good call.
Yeah.
Sykes about to cross the line any moment now. And it's a 1:18.2 from Sykes Zaney, fastest we've seen so far. Here comes Chasters, just coming around Parabolica. I think he was at about an 18.6 in Q2.
He's backed out.
He's backed out, yeah, he has indeed. Okay, we've got an AlphaTauri coming around, that's crowding. He's backed out as well. So we've now got a bit of a gap back to, I think it's Adam LB. No, it's not Adam LB, sorry.
It's Perennial. Perennial's coming up towards Parabolica now.
Okay. On board a Perennial. He's just coming through the Parabolica now. Doesn't look especially quick, this one. I don't know if it's a full beans lap or not. I'm not sure. No, I don't think it is. 19.4. You can go quicker than that. Finn's just coming down to Ascari. Purple sector 2. Oh, that was smoothly done. Wow, he absolutely planted his car through Ascari. Absolutely leathered it. And let's see how he gets on. Comes around Parabolica. Target times 1:18.2 from Sykes Zaney. Of course, this is just the first one of Q3. The cars will be doing at least 2 hot laps. Finn goes 3. There we go! It's a 17.9.
That's the first one of the day.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The benchmark has just been raised another big notch as Adam LB has invalidated his run. So Perennial is not on a flyer. Nath is going to be coming in, I think. Did set a lap of an 18.590, but he'll be coming in now to put a new set of boots on. Brandon's on an outlap, so it's going to be Brandon, I think, our first car for his second run. But there we are, Finn there with a 1:17.9. First guy into the 1:17s. Jakey G says, a possible prediction would be a top 3 that's not currently in Division 1. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good call. Like, not in a permanent seat. Not in a permanent seat, I think, is the best way to do it.
Yeah, because on Monday night, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, guys. It's not been a good week for me as far as league racing is concerned. It's been a bit of a rough week for me in general, but doing commentary on a Friday night always gives me a good start to the weekend.
Absolutely.
So, slightly off topic, but you wouldn't have to be a fan of the Karate Kid franchise, would you?
I can't say I've really watched them, mate. Got to be honest. I've got to be honest. I'm just trying to work out the question. How I'm going to word it, actually.
Yeah. Because with the Netflix series Cobra Kai, which is a continuation of the franchise, season 4 has finished filming, and Terry Silver, who was one of the antagonists in Karate Kid 3, he's going to be making his return in season 4.
Okay. For all you Karate Kid fans out there, there's some information from Kenzie for you. Right. Brandon did actually invalidate that lapse, but I'm going to stay with him because he's the only car currently out on track. Prediction is up in the chat, ladies and gents. Have a look. Have a look. And Brandon's in fact coming in the pits. He's going to put a new set of tyres.
A podium of just reserve drivers.
Yeah, so basically the prediction is, are we going to see a podium, a top 3, and it's just reserve drivers, i.e. no regular drivers getting on the podium tonight? That's tonight's prediction. Is it a yes? Is it a no? And you've got 30 minutes to put you to gamble your channel points away. So that's tonight's prediction. And of course, we do have a merchandise competition as well. If you type in !giveaway in the chat, it will give you, as I'm going to do right now for you lovely people, it will give you some information on tonight's competition, which is for channel subscribers only. How many podiums has the Racing Guru had in his F1 online league career? And that is from every F1 game that I've been involved in, that I've done league racing on, and it's going from all the way back from F1 2013 to give you an idea.
All right.
How many podiums have I had?
That was the league racing debut. Keep that in mind.
How many people? If anyone says 1, I'll kill them. If people say none, I'll kill them twice. So Brandon's dead twice. I've had 3 this season already. God, Brandon. Call yourself an admin, a steward. Good Lord.
Oh, fine. It's just...
Terrible. -10. Oh, my God. Chat ban. Chat ban. Chat ban. Sheer insanity says 1. That's because you're insane.
Figured I might as well.
Absolutely. So you've gone for 16, Kenzie. Okay. Clutchy, how you doing? Welcome.
Because I would guess that a lot of those podiums would have come from like the earlier games, like 2013, 2014. Probably the early stages of your league racing careers where the podiums would have come into play.
I will give you a little hint. It's less than 1,000. That's the only clue I'm giving.
Yeah, that's a lot of races to be doing over the course of 7-8 years now.
Absolutely. Well, Ash has gone for 27. Okay.
27. Right. That would probably average out at probably like 3 or 4 per year.
Well, don't forget, of course, quite often there's 2 or 3 seasons in a year, so that's another thing to think about as well.
Oh yeah.
So another thing to think about. So there could potentially be 25 to 30 seasons.
Could potentially be double, maybe even triple that.
Ooh. Right, here's St. Liam on his run. What can he do? 18.7 in his first run. Has he improved? Oh, yes, he gets P4 with an 18.5. Very, very good lap. A few guys on out laps at the moment. I'm looking for a fast drive. Is it Bingley? No, it's not Bingley. He is on an out lap. Who's my lead car? Perennial's on an out lap. I think it's the two Williams. The Williams are working together. Chester goes P2 with an 18.1. I missed that. Damn it. I missed it. Oh, I was annoyed. A great lap there from Chester. Right, here comes Bingley. Oh, Bingley's 3/10 up.
Hey ho. Checker flags out.
He's purpled sector 2, dude. So Chester goes P2 with an 18.1. What can Bingley do? Can Bingley take pole from Findium? Target times is 17.918. Oh, he's invalidated. Just a smidge. Let's have a look at the time. What would the time have been? Oh, he'd be just outside. He would have gone P2 with that. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky, Bingers. Now, all eyes are on Syke Zaney. He is purpled. He's 3/10 up. Oh, he's absolutely thrown the car through a scurry. He is 3/10 up. This looks like it's a 117 something. As long as he doesn't invalidate in the final sector.
He might just nab himself a 17.8 here.
He is absolutely flying, and he's got Crowding and Findium right behind him. Here comes Syke. What can Syke do? It's a 117.989. It's P2. Crowding's coming through. Crowding has not got pole. What about Finn? Has Finn improved? Oh, Finn's actually nailed it. 17.6.
Wowzers.
Finn dominates qualifying there. Stamps his authority on qualifying with a 17.6.
Oh, Perennial's lost it at the Sky Chicane. He's still on track, though, but oh my.
Oh,
he's lost his front wing completely.
Oh, dear. Oh, unlucky there for Perennial. That's it. Finn takes pole by, and that is a pretty substantial margin, nearly 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, and I believe that's his. That's his first race on console this season. If I'm right in saying.
First race for us this season, yeah, on console that is, yeah.
Hasn't missed a beat.
Absolutely carried on where he finished off last season, really, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I've just got to put my earphones on charge momentarily. There we go. Hopefully, can you still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep. So my headset was about to die. So there we go then, ladies and gents. A confirmation of qualifying. Finn then gets pole with the 17.6. Syke Zaney 17.9. Chester on his debut. Very impressive, actually, an 18.1. Bingley 18.4. Of course, Bingley would have had an 18 flat had he not invalidated there. St. Liam with an 18.5. Brandon 18.5. Crowding 18.5. That car close. There's 4 or 5 cars there within about a tenth of each other. Crowding P7. Nathan P8. We've got Adam LB in P9. Perennial, ladies and gentlemen, in P10. So that is where we're currently standing. What time do we have? It's 21:57. So we're going to ready up. We're going to hope that nobody does ready up at 21. at 22:05. So we're going to ready up in about 6 minutes' time, please. So please, nobody ready up. I'm just going to take a quick break, Kens, but I'm going to leave the main stream on just in case we have a inadvertent ready up. And I'm just going to leave you guys with Kenzie just for a couple of minutes. He's going to talk to you about whatever he fancies, and I'll be right back.
Okie doke. Right, so since I mentioned Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, for those that have watched the Cobra Kai series on Netflix, what would you say your favourite moment from the 3 series that have been made so far is? What would you say your favourite moment from the first 3 seasons is? See what people come up with in the chat, and of course, are you looking forward to season 4? Mr. Hayes saying, yeah, it's an amazing lap. Yeah, was like a 17.6. Just Vindium, he hasn't missed a beat. First race back on console, and he's still got it. Oh, fight at the end of season 2. Oh yeah, that is up there that's definitely up there for me, because I mean, just the way the fight was choreographed, it was absolutely incredible to see how it was all put together, and just that long tracking shot, one take at the start of the battle. It was that fight alone is just a love letter to longtime Karate Kid fans. But that gut-wrenching ending, though, it's just that ending, though, absolutely gut-wrenching without a doubt. But for me, the end of season 3, in the air tonight, Johnny and Daniel joining forces to try and take Kreese down. Oh, wow. Didn't think that would be happening, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to season 4. Hopefully, it comes out at some point before the end of the year. And on my personal YouTube channel, I've got a project lined up where I'm going to be going through my favorite Cobra Kai moments from each of the 30 episodes. So no pressure there. Kreese versus Johnny. Start of season 2. That was a great way to kick off season 2. Sheer insanity. Yeah. I like that username. So we got a full grid this evening, filled up of mostly reserves and drivers from other divisions. So I'll quickly go through the grid. So you got Findium and Syke Zaney. Chasta on his debut, 3rd. Very impressive performance on his debut for him. Bingley, 4th. And you got Sinkley and Brandon crowding. Nath, Adam LB, Perennial. That's your top 10, all starting on softs. Let's see what the rest of the top 10 are going to be doing. You got Skeefy in. You've got Skeefy, Cookie Chip, F50 Max, Sink Kazueto, Cod, Hayes, and Waddington all starting on the mediums. Schumacher, interestingly, going for the hards. And then you've got Smoke on the water and Rampant Badger, both starting on the softs. Now the softs here, they'll probably last about 10 laps. And then you've got the mediums, which will last about 17, roughly. So not sure how long the hards will last, because I've not really tested how long they'll last, but I would assume they'll probably go about 20 laps roughly. Because the softs, they're about 8, 9 tenths a lap quicker than the mediums, but of course the softs won't last long around here. So you're probably looking at roughly 10 laps at most for them to last.
Well, is that how long my racing career's lasted? 10 laps.
No, just going through the strategies.
Yeah.
Sheer Insanity, if you have good pace on hards, you can get some good track position on the pit strategy, and it's fast as you don't have good pace. Well, that's interesting there. Because IRL Schumacher is the only driver starting on the hards right now, and Sheer Insanity bringing up if you've got good pace on the hards, you can get some good track position on the pit strategy, end the race on the softs, and be the fastest car on the grid. But if you don't have the pace, mediums are a better call.
Absolutely. I mean, technically, you can do a medium soft around here. It's very, very difficult. You're probably reliant on a safety car or a VSC or something to make those tyres work. But that's what I did on Monday. Did a medium soft, we did have VSCs, didn't we? I believe. So I guess soft hard or hard soft, possibly medium hard is probably the default tyre strat around here. It's a safety first strat with tyres that will go to the end comfortably.
Yeah. Because the softs in a 50% race environment, they'll probably go somewhere in the region of about 10 laps at most.
Around here they do burn out pretty quickly. Particularly if you start on them with the heavy fuel load, they don't last very long at all. You quite often see guys going for undercuts around about lap 7. Some guys,
and then you've got the mediums. Then you've got the mediums lasting about 17 laps.
Yeah,
you're probably looking at if you're wanting to do like soft medium softs or soft medium, you're probably looking at a 2-stop realistically.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for a 2-stop around here unless there was rain coming, as we saw from Sufyan last night, where they had the rain came around about lap 20 or so. Sufyan did soft inters, and it worked a treat because he won the race. He nailed the strat last night, absolutely nailed it. So okay. Don't forget, of course, to gamble your channel points away there with the competition, which seems pretty one-sided at the moment. And I must admit, considering the lineup, 2 reserves are already starting in the top 3, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a little idea for you. So if I was you, I would start gambling some points on there being a podium full of reserve drivers tonight. I would seriously do it. There's only apparently 35,742 days left of podium past 6, so you better make sure you finish it, people. Thanks for that, Ash. I will be playing F1 2020 for the minimal amount of time necessary to complete my league races until the new game comes out. That is how much time I'm going to put into this game.
Yeah. So I'm only going to be looking at getting up to the tier 30 for the podium pass. Not really concerned about the prestige, because the prestige items is just prestige number 1, prestige number 2 in either silver or gold if you've got the VIP tier.
I've never bothered with that. I've never bothered at all. I got the 20,000 whatever it was podium pass, which came with the top deluxe edition, whatever the hell it was. I can't remember now, but I don't do career mode at all. I should do really, but I don't. Chasta, well, thanks for the follow, dude. I know I think that's Chasta who's racing tonight. JRT Chasta, go well tonight. Good qualifying there, brother, and wish you the very best of luck in the race. I think we can ready up now, gentlemen. It is now 22:05 in the UK, 5 minutes past 10, so I'm going to stick it up in the chat. We can go racing, and we've got 27 laps around the Temple of Speed, Kenzie. I think it's going to be a fascinating race tonight. I'm looking forward to this one. It's one of my favourite races on the calendar. A lot of overtaking opportunities, a lot of side-by-side racing. We've already seen some fantastic races this week in Total Impact Racing, that's for sure, from Division 6 all the way through to Division 1. Of course, it all kicked off last weekend with the Senna and Prost Leagues on Saturday night, and that was some pretty damn harem-scarum racing as well. A lot of entertainment from those 2 particular races. Of course, now we move on to Singapore tomorrow night. Of course, Ken's, the Singapore week starts. Completely different style of racing there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that's for another night. Tonight, it's all about signing off the racing week here at the Temple of Speed in Monza. Okay, right, the formation lap I'm hoping is on. And, yep, there we go. Let's get some telemetry up and running for you guys at home with the tyre strategies as well. So there we see the top 10 all starting on the soft compound tyre. Skeefy's opted for the mediums. Schumacher is the only guy going for the hard, so he's going to go for a hard, soft strat, I think. Perennial's been disqualified already!
Oh, come on!
And Schumacher! And Bingley's left the session. Oh, can you invite Bingley, please? Thank you, co-masters. Thank you so much. We'll get Bingley in. I'm hoping Bingley will be able to take control of his car at the start of the race and doesn't have the frame rate glitch. Outside top 10, starting on the mediums, we've got Skeefy, LP Smoke, F50 Max, Sinkers Wato, Cod, Hazen, Waddo, Rampant Badger, and Cookie Chip are starting on the soft compound tyre. Davey J, what is that emote you've just put in the chat, dude? I can't see that. I can't read that. Looks like some kind of face.
Oh, it says here it simply says what?
Ah, the what face. Okay.
Yeah.
Just Call Me Ash says, starting the new career on my wheel on 100% AI. Do I go 50 or 100? Depends what you want out of it. If you want pure simulation, you go sim damage 100%, if that's what you want to do. I would go 50 full damage, personally, if you're doing a career. Because it's the 50s that you're going to be doing. Then again, though, I know you're possibly doing some Saturday night races, which, of course, are 100 sim. So, I don't know. 100% races are a lot of fun. Sheer insanity. I really agree with you. That's the way... Actually, I was brought up doing league racing. Was 100% races back in... originally in WOR, we did 100% races. In DRL as well. RRL, I think was RL 50s, I think. I can't remember now. I don't know if Towie's still around, but he'll remember. He used to race in RRL back in the day. But 100% races are a lot of fun. Only problem with sim damage, though, one slight bump, one slight mistake, it is sayonara. Put your feet up for 2 hours. That's the only problem. Okay, ladies and gents, it's almost race time. You know what that means. It's time for the Sid Waddell, for these darts fans, of Formula One, the one and only Kenzie Retro, to do the race start. Kenzie, you know we're going to get a timing glitch, but in your own time, carry on.
Of course. Yeah. What we should do as well as far as the graphics are concerned, because we've got the Kenzie hot lap call thing. We should get one for the race start call.
I'll do one, mate. Take it away, dude.
Okay, so here we go. The lights are out. We're just waiting for the engines to start revving up. 27 laps around this track. Here we go. The engines have revved up. You guys ready? It's lights out, and it is race time here at the Temple of Speed. Schumacher has had a horrific start towards the back. Findium and Saigzani, they are doing really well to keep it clean so far. Findium keeps the lead. Chasta already battling for second place. Yellow flag sector 1 already. That's Rampant Badger. He's dropped a long way down. He's got some end plate damage. Waddington and Hayes, they're battling at it, albeit for 18th and 19th place as they come around Curva Grande. But so far, apart from Rampant Badger, a very clean start.
Thank you very much indeed, Kenzie. And we got Skeefy on the back. Bingley's left the session again, so if you can invite Bingley back, that'd be great. We've obviously got the usual Cody's issues. We've got to see Bingley's going to be dropping back for a little while now. We've got AI set at 70 something, I believe. So Bingley will lose positions.
I've got it set at 80. Cookie Chip has just got ahead of Bingley.
Yeah, obviously Bingley's not in control of his car at the moment. He may have had the frame rate glitch, actually. He's actually deliberately left the session to try and clear that issue, but we'll get him back in as soon as we can. But Findy, as he all come through Ascari for the first time.
Perennial ended up going into the back of Skeefy, and he's lost a little bit of his... Yeah, he's lost an end plate.
Oh, Cod's had a moment at Ascari as well, unless he's just let everyone through. He's trying to get some heat into those tyres by the looks of it. He has dropped about 4 positions there in one go.
It doesn't look like he's lost an end plate. He's fine at the moment. So running order at the end of lap 1. Finley in the lead, Sykes second, Chasta third, Crowden fourth, Liam fifth, Brandon fifth. From the top, Finley in lead, Sykes second, Chasta third, Crowden fourth, Liam fifth, Brandon sixth, Adam seventh, Nath eighth, Cookie Chip ninth, and Perennial just rounding up the top 10.
Absolutely. We're just waiting for Bingers to try and hopefully get back in so he can take control of his car. You've got to love Codemasters. Skeefy and Rampant Badger are in the pits, Kenzie. Already.
They're having to get their front wings changed.
And here we go. We've got Sinkaswato and F50 Max going side by side. And Kaswaito's just got the job done on F50 Max. And just behind, we've got Smoke just going through Bingley's AI. Let's get some. Let's jump on board. Let's watch some battling here. We've got F50 Max now trying to get the position back on Sinkaswato. DRS, of course, is enabled on the next lap, ladies and gentlemen. And Finn has already shot out the gates with a 1.5 second advantage of Saikzani already. It's early doors, yeah, but that is quite ominous. Bingley's back in. He'd just be waiting to take control of his car. He has dropped a lot of positions, though. Not his fault, of course. Dropped from P3 down to P16. So his race is about to restart.
Yep.
And crowding is on the back of Chasta as they come through Parabolica. As I mentioned, no DRS yet. So let's see how they get on. Finn getting faster and faster by the lap.
It is a pretty lengthy DRS train from Zany all the way down to Cookie Chip, though.
Absolutely. I think Ozzy might be talking on the next lap, I think.
Well, there we go. We're on to lap 3. DRS is now enabled.
Right, Bigley is back in control of his car, and the reason why, because he's just gone flying past Hayes. He's just got P16 back, so watch out for Bigley now, ladies and gents. He is going to be on a charge. Sinker's Waito is... okay, timing screen is a bit funky. Yeah, timing screen is a bit funky. It had him at 0.04 behind Cookie Chip. He wasn't. Yeah. Pirelli was trying to hang it in there. Rosier, but wow. Sink manages to cover that one off. And F50 Max is now going to come at him as well. And F50 Max goes past his teammate. Down the inside of Lesmo. One. Great move there from Perennial. And Cod is having a good battle with Hayes at the moment. He has got past Hayes. I think Hayes had a bit of a moment coming through Rosier because Cod has gained position and he has moved himself up into P17. So Finn is the race leader.
Fagzini already first time penalty of the day.
Absolutely, because you know what he's doing. He is ragging that car something silly just to try and keep Finn within eyesight because Finn has just motored up the road at the moment. I'd say that gap is about 2 and a bit, 2 seconds. Yeah.
1.8 even.
And Chasta is staying with Syker now. Chasta will have DRS. That'll enable him to close up. He won't be close enough for a move here, but he can just cruise up behind him. And Crowding's with him as well. And as you said, it's a big DRS trade, which I think means that we might need to hear a little bit of Aussie. I think Aussie's got something to say, Kenzie. Thanks, Oz. All aboard indeed. We are on the DRS trade. It's stretching from Syke Zaney all the way back to Cookie Chip there in P9 as they all come through the Rosier chicane. The lead up front is now 2.1 seconds. Chasta is within striking distance of Syke Zaney. Let's stay with Chasta just for a minute as they come through Lesmo 2 as we see LP Smoke pick up a 3-second time penalty. Pretty clean start though so far, I'd say, Kenzie. Watto is... Watto, Bingley and Smoke, are they going side by side there?
What has happened to Smoke? What's happened to Smoke? Oh, he spun it!
He spun it, and there goes Bingley going past Watto. Moves his way back up to P13, and Smoke has had a spin. Of course, Smoke he has turned his final assist off. He's turned line off now, so he is racing blind. Bless his cotton socks. Yeah. Let's have a look at Chasta. Now, Chasta is in striking distance of Syke Zadie. This is his opportunity here. He's run the battery well. He's in overtake mode. This is going to be quite an easy overtake. I don't think there's much Syke can do about this one in this particular lap as Chasta moves himself up into P2, gets the move done. Now he's cleared Syke. Can he start to reel in Findy at the top? But Syke is not going to just take this one sitting down. Syke is going to try everything he can to come straight back at him. We've got ERN Crowding staying with these guys as well in P4. Sink Liam has just dropped out of DRS range. We've got Cod and Hayes battling a bit further down the field. Let's look at Nath, who is looking for a move from Adam LB. Adam LB is, though, takes a nice defensive line coming into the Rosier chicane. So Nath stays where he was. I think Nath actually going to be quite disappointed with his qualifying, to be honest with you. I think he was hoping for possibly a second row, maybe even a front row in Q3. So I think he'll be disappointed. Bingley... meanwhile, is scything his way through the field now. He's moved up to P12. And look at Watto all over the back of Perennial. It's all happening here.
Yeah, Waddington's going to have DRS on Perennial, heading up to the Ascari chicane. So just the overspeed that Waddington's got, there's nothing Perennial's going to be able to do about that. Waddington up into P13, into the Ascari chicane, and says, thank you very much, I'll have a bit of that.
Absolutely makes his way up through there. So we'll just scroll through. There's F50 Max in P11, Sinker's Rato P10. We've got Cookie Chip and Nath. It's the DRS train then. Is Syke close enough for a run at Chasta? I don't think he is. He's catching up with a lot of roads.
Go at Liam for 5th place.
Here we go. Late. He's going to go late in the brakes. Liam's trying to brake as late as he can as they come through. Retophilia side by side, giving each other a little bit of contact, but Brandon's
through.
Gets the move done, moves himself up into P5, but Liam, I think, is aiming to come right back at him. Brandon now puts his car in the middle of the track at Curva Grande, taking a defensive line. Liam's going to have to just sit in behind him here. Let's watch Adam LB and Nath.
ERS though.
Yeah, this is the thing. A lot of people tend to burn off their ERS, which I think is a critical mistake. You need to hold some battery. It's so important.
Yeah. That's one of the things that some of these drivers definitely need to
something to work on.
To do, to learn when to use the ERS.
Perennial got past Watto, by the way, with DRS on the start-finish straight, just to give you an idea. Stevie, just to let you know, dude, just as per the competition, it is actually a subscriber competition, dude, so I can't accept your entry, I'm afraid. You need to be subscribed through Twitch Prime or paid tiers to enter the competition. And I'll be carrying, if no one wins it tonight, I'll be carrying it over again till next time. Okay, oh, look at this battle here. Look at this battle. We've got a whole gaggle of cars coming through Curva Grande. Here comes Nath on Sync Liam. Liam's coming into the pits. He's going for an undercut. He has gone for the undercut. That is an early stop after 6 laps.
I was about to say, only 6 laps on the softs.
But they do burn up quickly, dude. That was the whole thing. You know, they really do burn.
Yeah.
I mean, Liam might have spotted a bit of a gap on track he can fit into, but I'm not sure it's going to... Yeah, I think it will work, actually, if he can get out in front of Hayes. But he's not going to.
Get ahead. And God's got ahead as well.
Okay, that's not going to be too helpful for Liam. Here comes Perennial and Waddo again. Waddo's got back past Perennial. In fact, look at that. There's IRL Schumacher going up the inside of Perennial. Perennial's going to try and fight back as they come around Curva Grande. They're full beans flat out through here. Who is going to give ground? Oh, my goodness me. Oh, Perennial just runs into the back of Waddo.
Perennial keeps position.
It's as you were, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a love tap there, but Shuey is all over the... Oh, Perennial runs right on the exit of Lesmo 1.
Perennial's got no end plates.
Oh.
He's lost both his end plates.
He is going to have to pit. I mean, luckily, it's about the right time. He can come in. But he's going defensive. He's taking a defensive line. He's got a lot of straight line speed still. 44 says Ash for the giveaway. Thanks, Ash, for that one. I'll make a note of that one, dude. I will be going back for the chat to check on these as well. So I think Shuey's just got to bide his time a little bit here because he'll be aware that he's probably aware that Perennial's got damage just by the way that Perennial's car's behaving. So he can just sit tight, wait for him to pit, see if Perennial goes. Now you can see where the damage is obvious because he's running so wide at Parabolica, and yet there he goes. He darts into the pits.
Yeah, I mean, not really much you could do about that.
Now, whilst that's been happening, we have missed something at the front because Crowding has got a problem. He has dropped back. Whoa.
Oh, that's
a glitch. I just got a big glitch.
That's a major timing glitch, I think.
Crowding's disconnected. Right, can you bring... Yeah, I thought that was going to be happening. Crowding's left the session, dude. Can you bring Crowding back in?
Sure thing.
Yeah, he is literally teleported half a lap back down.
How on earth that has happened is beyond me.
Yeah, because he was in P4 and then he was in P10 going through Retifidia and then he's in P15 going at the start finish straight. Wow, he's gone back in time.
He's now down to P16 coming up towards the second Lasmo.
That's got to be wrong. So yeah, if you can bring him in, dude, unless he's somehow the lobby is desynced for him, which would be most unfortunate if it has. Let's have a look at Cookie Chip then. He's going to look to make a number here on Adam LB. Has Adam LB got DRS? He has, but Cookie's got a lot of overspeeds. Is he going to run his battery now? Now's the time. Yeah, there he goes. Sticks into overtake mode. They're side by side coming up to the Redophilia chicane. Who is going to blink first as they go side by side? They give each other room. That's good driving, gentlemen. Oh, no contact whatsoever. GG's, guys. Cookie Chip.
That's how it's done.
Gets the move done. Moves himself up into P6 with a textbook move under braking going into Retophilia. And we're going to try and hope to get Crowding back in momentarily because he is going backwards at the moment, unfortunately, stuck in AI mode. Bingley has made his way back up to P10 now. Of course, he disconnected as well, dropped way down to P16, I think it was, Kenzie, wasn't it? And he's made his way back up to P10.
He may need to stop. He will need to stop pretty soon, though.
Yeah, because he's been pushing those tyres, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he'll be losing somewhere in the region of about 22 seconds, roughly. So that'll drop him down to 16th, 17th, possibly.
Yeah, he could end up, though, in some relatively fresh air, possibly. Just looking at the gaps there. Yeah, he could end up, yeah, okay. Right, Finn, meanwhile, has extended the lead to 3.4 seconds. Chasta is having a good drive. Is Chasta coming in? No, but Syke is. Syke's going for an undercut. This will be important. So Syke has gone for the undercut. He is going to try and claw back some of the advantage that Finn has got. Oh, Schumacher's gone at Ascari. We have our first Ascari victim.
Oh, man.
We have a first.
Car, interestingly.
No, but there's his car buried in the wall there, as you can see. We're going to try. Did you ping in Crowding an invite? I guess you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay. Just try and get back in if you can, Nath. Bigley's in the pits as well. So where is Syke going to come out? He's going to come out a little bit... Yeah, he's coming out in a little bit of fresh air. He's got Waddo in front of him with about 2.5 seconds ahead up the road. So Crowding's back in. That's good. He has lost a lot of time, unfortunately. The question now, will Chasta come in at the end of this lap to cover him off? Will Finn come in as well? I'm just going to go on board. There might be a bit of action I might miss, Ken's. But I want to have a quick look at Finn and Chasta to see what they do. Finn's just coming through a Ascari now. Chasta's just about to enter a Ascari. That's unlucky for Shuey. Unlucky dude. Ascari has claimed many a good driver over the years. That's for sure.
Yeah. I ended up falling victim to Ascari on Monday night.
Oh yeah, I remember that, dude. Yeah, I had a couple of wobbles there on Monday. I must admit. Right, Finn. Yeah, Finn comes in. He's going to cover off these guys. Chasta. Yeah, Chasta's coming in as well. So they're covering off these guys. Now let's jump on board with Syke Zaney and let Syke. Oh, that's a bit of a wobble coming through Ascari.
Brandon's in.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Syke though. I want to see if the undercut, if he's managed to clear Chasta in the undercut. He did have a bit of a moment though, going through Ascari, a bit of a wobble. Hey Nicky, how you doing? You need to come back racing, dude. Nice to see you though, brother. I hope you're having a good evening. Okay, right. So Chasta's starting to make his way down the pit lane. Has Syke cleared him? There he is. There's Chasta. Has the undercut worked? Yes, it has. He has. It's worked. It's worked for him. It's worked for him. And Syke moves himself back into P2. Chasta down to P3. Waddo yet to make a pit stop in P4. Finn has come out in some lovely clear air.
Yeah, Crowding just got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Not what he would have wanted.
No, that's unfortunate because he's probably just taken control of his car as well, which is most unfortunate.
Yeah, but then you just mentioned Syke Zaney's in P2. Yeah, he's de facto P2 because Nath, Kazueto and F50 Max have yet to stop. Nath will need to come in.
Absolutely. Brandon is basically at the moment also running. He's just made a pit stop in the mediums. Cookie Chip came in. He put the mediums on Adam LB. So they're going for the standard one-stop soft medium strategy. But the looks of it, Bingley also going for the soft medium strat, as is Crowding once he gets back out and running. So now it's all down to Chasta to see if he can reel Syke back in. But it must be quite soul-destroying, isn't it? You know, when you've overtaken the guy, you've led him, and then that undercut costs you 3 or 4 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But credit is due for Nate. 11 laps on those
it's a good stint.
Soft tyres.
Yeah. But Syke now sets the fastest lap of the race on those mediums. He is absolutely motoring now. He's already opened up a 2-second advantage for Chasta as they both come into red affiliate. And in fact, interestingly enough also, have you noticed with the undercut how closer Syke is back to Findium? The gap was 3.5 seconds. It's now 1.5 seconds. This race is not over.
Not by a long shot.
We've got some movement in the mid-pack. We've got Cookie on fresh tyres, has just got past TIR Hayes, who's yet to make a pit stop. And next on his hit list now is Sink Liam, who, of course, went for that big undercut early on. I think Sink did gain some track position, but the only problem is he is going to be on pretty knackered tyres by the end. I've got a message from Xbox, probably say I've got banned or something. I don't know. I'd imagine. I'll check it out later on. Let's go on board with Adam LB's on the back of Hayes. Here comes Adam LB with a move. Hayes is not deploying DRS. Yes, he is. But Adam LB gets the move done, moves himself up into P11. Skeefy and Cod. Oh, wrong car. And Skeefy just blasts past Cod to move himself up into P15. And Crowding is catching Rampant Badger now. Where's Bingley in the state of things? He's got a little bit of fresh air in front of him, actually, so that's going to help him. The medium runners will probably come in around about, what do you reckon, Kenzie? If they're going to do medium softs, they'll come in about lap 16, won't they, I'd imagine?
16, 17, yeah, round about then.
If they're going medium hards, which is... Somebody might do it, they'll have to do it now. Yeah. They'll have to pit now, basically. Okay, let's jump on board the race leaders for the time being. So Sinkers Rato and F50 Max are current leaders, although they have to make a a pit stop. Yeah, beer banned again, probably. Probably, buddy. Yeah, Finn's racing tonight. See, this is what you're missing. That's what you're missing, Nicky. You tell Freeman, tell Crispy, tell Zai, tell Race Roll. This is what they're missing. Finn's back racing. They want the challenge. They've got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell them all. Alrighty.
50 Max on the back of Kazueto. This is the battle for the lead at the moment. But if both get to stop, we've got to keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Let's get the gap back from the leader as well to give you an idea. See if they pitted now, they're going to come out around about Bingley. Somewhere around about Bingley, give you a rough idea. But they're not coming in yet, so they will be running for the softs, I think. Adam LB has got past Sink and Liam as well. He did it at Ascari. So he's up into P10, and he is on the charge. His next target is Cookie Chip, which might well be this lap, possibly. Is he close enough for a run at Cookie? Cookie doesn't have any DRS to defend, but I think Adam LB is going to be too far back this particular attack. But he's going to cruise up behind him as they come into Resophilia. There he goes, within sort of half a second now. But Cookie is trying to get back on terms with Waddo, because Waddo is on old tyres, so Cookie should catch in pretty quickly.
Brandon, meanwhile, on the back of his teammates, heading up to the Delamotion chicane.
Oh, he's had a moment. He had a moment there.
Not what Brandon needed.
Nope, all that work he's got to go back and do again now. Now, what's going to be interesting here is Sink and Max, I'm not expecting him for a couple of laps yet, and Finn has caught these guys up. Now, is this going to be Sykes' potential opportunity? Will Finn be held up by these lead cars who are on much older and slower tyres?
Knowing the quality of Findium's talent, it's highly unlikely he's going to be held up.
Well, I'm going to stay on board because this is going to be interesting, because this is Sykes' chance. This is one opportunity, I think, in this race to cruise on back up behind him, because since the pit stops, Finn's opened up another second advantage over Syke. But Syke himself, though, has dropped Chasta. Syke seems to be enjoying himself on his medium compound tyres. He's opened up a 3-second gap back to Chasta. And then we've got Nathan Brandon, as you mentioned, scrapping as well. A little bit of movement.
He's just got ahead of Waddington.
Thank you for that. I did miss that one, but I'm just curious as to this battle here, because Sink Casueto and F50 Max are scrapping here. And the question is Finn being held up? Yeah, the gap's down to 2.2 now. Syke, I think, is starting to cruise up behind these guys. There is Syke. You can see Finn in front of him as they come through Lesmo 2. I'll go back to Finn again. See how I think he needs to clear these guys quite soon. Then again, though, we might be thinking, well, they're probably going to pit in the next lap or two. I might be able to just sort of run behind them and just conserve the fuel, possibly conserve the tyres.
I think he's got
a great run. Yeah, here he goes.
Run out of Ascari. He's going to try F50 Max heading up to Parabolica.
F50 Max gives the room. And
yeah,
that's good. Sensible driving there from F50 Max, and I think he'll get Sink Casueto now quite comfortably with the DRS. That's worked out pretty well for him, actually. And there he goes.
Speed.
It's phenomenal.
Over speed, though, and there he goes back into the lead. And Findium he's following just a cheeky wave into his rear mirror, just saying, "Sayonara, suckers."
Yeah, thanks, boys. Thanks, bye, guys. See you later. See you at the checkered flag. You'll see me. I'll be the one parked up in my deck chair with the margaritas. Okay, Waddo is in the pits.
And they'll probably still be trying to chase down the last couple of laps.
Just enjoying the races, Ash. Absolutely. I love Monza. Nicky the chat says Crispy is the only one I've talked to after that night. And Smoke, of course. Ooh, Syke had a moment there coming out of Lesmo 2. That was a great save from Syke Zaney. That could have been curtains. That was a really good save. He had a moment there on the outside curb at Lesmo 2 for Kenzie, and a lesser driver would have stuck it in a wall.
Yeah.
But he has now got the problem that Finn's got. He has got to clear these guys in front as quickly as he can.
Yeah. But of course, I think these aren't just any other drivers. These are Division 1 superstars.
Absolutely. And there we go. F50 Max and Sink Casueto in the pit. Syke there, ducked in to try and get that last little smidgen of toe. So Nath will move himself up to P4, I think, now very, very soon. There he goes, Nath up P4. What's the gap? What's 4.1 between Chasta and Nath? It's 4.9. So Chasta's slowly pulling away. And, of course, he does have his teammate for company. There is Brandon currently in P5. The two Williams having solid drives tonight. Quick catch up the chat. Jakey, good evening, Georgie Bell. Welcome. How you doing, mate? Jakey G says, I definitely need Findium setups. He is going all guns blazing currently. Hey, man, listen. It's not about the setups, trust me. It's about the talent. I use Finn setups, and I'm 3 seconds a lap slower with the exact same setup. That is soul destroying. It is. What a save, says Nikki, referring to Psych there. Yeah, Lesmo 2 it was. It's a superb save. And, yeah, a lesser driver would have been in the wall. Like me. Alrighty. Tell you what, let's give you a rundown from bottom to top, I think. So, we've got the one car DNF so far, RL Schumacher. Rampant Badgers in P19. Cod in P18, having a pretty enjoyable little drive. Perennial in P17. He's going to the end on the hards. We've got LP Smoke in P16 on the softs, on new softs. We've got Hayes just in front of him. Yeah, ERN Skeefy on the medium compound tyre in P14. Crowding was a bit unlucky, really, because he had that 5-second penalty and the disconnection. But he is currently sat in P13. Wado in P12. F50 Max and Sync P11 and 10. All those guys on new soft compound tyres. They'll be going to the end. Bingley has cruised up to the back of St. Liam now. There is Bingley coming into Retifiglia. He's got a bit of a gaggle of cars in front, which is Adam LB and Cookie Chip. Then we have Brandon and Nath, and then we have the top three, Chasta, Syke, Zany and Findium. So that's where we're at, Kenzie.
I will say this regarding Bingley. He has done incredibly well despite the first lap drama to get himself back into a competitive top 10 position. He's only 2/10 behind Liam now as they come round the first of the two Lesmos. And I think Bingley might just have DRS on him here. Indeed he does.
Is he going to run overtake or is he just going to sit behind him? Is he just going to try and outbrake him? What's he going to do?
That's very brave into the Ascari chicane.
He's just going to sit behind him.
Ooh, bit of a love tap there. And of course, Bingley's tyres are 3 laps fresher than Liam's.
Absolutely. Hayes is right on the back of Skeefy as well. Showing some good pace tonight. We'll see standing in, Division 3 driver standing in tonight. We'll stay with Bingley. It looks like he should be shaping up for a move. I don't think there's much St. Liam can do about this now. And he'll just get a tow as long as he can into overtake mode, DRS open. And it is thank you very much.
I'll have a bit of that.
Absolutely.
And I think somebody just set the fastest lap. It is Kazueto, 1:20.146. That's the fastest lap of the race so far.
Thank you very much indeed.
And of course, with Kazueto being inside the top 10, he will get the bonus point for the fastest lap of race.
Absolutely. And Hayes has gone for a move on Skeefy now. This is quite interesting. Hayes showing some good pace. Skeefy is legit Division 1 driver, and Hayes has just breezed past him going at the start-finish straight up towards the Retifiglia chicane. So Hayes up at a P14. What have we got here? Adam LB is still stuck behind the back of Cookie. Can't find any way of getting past Cookie. Hey, a Rapid Pajala, welcome. Says, morning lads. Just finished walking the kangaroo. Fed the koala. Really enjoying the races whilst having my Vegemite and toast. Just have you fed the dingoes as well? Just checking. Good to see you all the way down under. Welcome, dude. How you doing, buddy? The prize is still running tonight. I had no correct answers, and until I get a correct answer, it's going to roll. I'm going to add more to it as well. It's going to be a bumper prize by the time it's all said and done. Don't forget, hit exclamation giveaway in the chat to give you the details of tonight's competition. Right, here comes Adam LB. Still cannot find a way past Cookie Chip. And Sinkers Wato's just got past his teammate, St. Liam, for P9. Level 22 for Nikki in the chat. Good Lord, Nikki. You little superstar.
Something came up as far as my level in the chat's concerned. I'm like somewhere in the 50s, somewhere. I'm not sure what level I'm at specifically, but
I think the way the Wisebot leaderboard goes, it's actually time spent in the chat and also contributions to the chat as well. It keeps like has like a tiered algorithm, for want of a better word. Psych, meanwhile, has got the gap down to 1.1 on Findium. I think Finn might just be in management mode at the moment. But here comes Adam. I'm going to stay with Adam LB there because he is now. He's got to watch it behind in his wing mirrors because there's Bingley. Bingley's cruised up behind these guys. The battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. But Adam LB should be in a good position now. Cookie Chip has not got all the battery, so I think Adam LB is going to get the position here. There he goes. He's already in overtake mode. DRS open, and he gets the job done. Moves himself up in a P6. How quickly can Bingley catch up to the back of Cookie Chip? Or will Cookie? Cookie's a good solid defender. It's not going to be easy for Bingley to pass. Currently then racing a Findium with a 1.9 second advantage of the Sykes Daily. AMS Chasta is in P3. He's just dropped off the back. He not quite showing the pace on the mediums that he had in the softs, whereas Syke has really enjoyed those medium compound tyres.
And like I was just saying just a couple of laps ago, folks, I was saying Bingley has done incredibly well to pull off this recovery drive. Findium, he's got a time penalty that could be crucial. It may help Sykes-Zaney somewhat. As Bingley, the overspeed he's got on the run up to the Ascari chicane, look how easy he made that. He's now up into 7th place and he's got his teammates right ahead of him.
Absolutely. Bingley is on the charge. And yeah, because he was down in, what, P16 or something like that with the disconnect? Something crazy like that, wasn't it? 15 or 16?
Yeah, round about then, yeah.
And he's fought his way back up to P7. He's not done yet either.
He's got his teammate ahead of him. He's going to have DRS on him. But I don't think he'll be close enough.
Oh, here comes Sinkaswato. Look at Sinkaswato and the Renault. Wow! From out of nowhere, Sinkaswato, and he tucks it back in and says, "Wow!" Oh, he has to get. He's so late on the brakes there, trying to make red a feeling. And Sinkaswato with a stunning move from nowhere moves himself up into P7. Wow!
Comes in like Randy Orton, if you will. He's like an apex predator. He comes out of nowhere and. That overtakes the equivalent of an RKO.
I was going to say, he totally RKO'd Bingers then. I mean, for old school wrestlers, that was the tombstone pile driver, spiked. You know what I'm saying? That really, really was.
Yeah, because all it takes is one.
Absolutely. Of course, I could be really cliched and say that Sinkaswato just laid the smacketh down on Bingley. You know what I mean? But
it's hard to argue with that one. Because Waito, he's going to try and have a run at Adam LB heading up to
he is.
I don't think he'll be close enough to make the overtake at the moment. Ooh. But he will certainly.
Bingley's going to look for a double overtake here. He is famous for it.
Oh, this will be big. You might want to get the clips ready, folks.
But Sink has got great straight line speed. Oh, Sink just breezes past Adam LB, and Bingley can't get past him. So Sink is up to P6. He's having a stonking second part of the race.
From there.
Mm-hmm. Braid cases. It's as if Michael Cole is commentator. Is that Michael Cole still going? He was back the most annoying commentator in wrestling.
Can't stand his voice. Where's JR when you need him?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, you need a bit of Jim Ross, the ultimate. The ultimate. But I also like the old school. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Gorilla Monsoon.
Oh, it's not fair to Flair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fair to Flair. Survivor Series, wasn't it? Man.
I'm pretty sure it was the '92 Rumble.
He won the '92 Rumble, Ric Flair, didn't he? That's when he won the world title there.
Yeah, entered at number 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they had the perfect family, wasn't it? Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. And then Razor Ramon, the bad guy, joined them, didn't he, afterwards, you know?
Like, good times don't last, but bad guys do.
Yeah. Hey, Chico.
Yeah, you could just tell that Razor Ramon character was just inspired by Tony from Scarface.
Absolutely. Scott Hall, of course, one of the founder members of the New World Order. Oh, man, I remember seeing that all happen live. The Outsiders. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in WCW.
Yeah, just,
and then, who was the third man?
When they made their debut.
Yeah, who was the third man at Bash at the Beach? And who was it? It was the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan, yeah. Absolutely. What a gimmick that was.
Yeah, and that entrance music though, just
Down, 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 down. Yeah, bloody awesome. See, that's when wrestling was worth watching, the Monday Night Wars, ladies and gents. That's when I used to love watching wrestling. I used to watch Raw is War, of course, on Sky Sports 1, switch over to TNT and watch a bit of WCW Monday Nitro. You know what I'm saying? 4 hours of primetime wrestling on a Monday nights. Man, those were the days. 1996 to 1999, I'd say.
Yeah.
Before WCW went crap and went down the pan.
Yeah, David Arquette of all people.
Oh, he was their champion. Yeah, that's ridiculous, wasn't it?
And that was all to promote the film Ready to Rumble.
Well, yeah, because they even had Jay Leno tag teaming with Hogan, Diamond Dallas Page, and somebody else. I think it was. I can't remember. Here comes F50 Max, going to get a move done on Cookie Chip for P9. Great move there from F50 Max. That's interesting. Right, so let's. Who are we going to go on now? Bingley is all over the back of Brand. We've got about 3 laps to go. Beer says Jakey G, which side are you on? Team WWF or Team WCW? During the actual official Monday Night Wars, I was WWF through and through. WCW and Eric Bischoff, he just basically opened up Ted Turner's checkbook and tried to hire all of Vince McMahon's talent away. And for a while, for a couple of years, he succeeded. But even during the time when WCW was ruling the Monday Night Wars, the ratings, if you wanted to watch a wrestling show, you still watch WWF with Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, all those kind of quality wrestlers.
Shatters,
Stone Cold, and then The Rock. Those gimmicks were just sensational. Yeah. And then, of course, they did. I remember 1999, Break the Walls Down, when Chris Jericho made his entrance during a Rock promo.
You see,
they knew what to do with Chris Jericho. Yeah, they knew what to do with Chris Jericho, you see. That entrance, his debut, because The Rock was in the ring and he was bad-mouthing the Big Show, or The Fat Show, as The Rock used to call him. And Jericho's music played because he was the Millennium Man, as you probably can remember. Here comes Bingley and Adam LB. Anyway, I digress. Under-braking into turn 1. Who was going to blink first? I think Bingley might have just got the job done. He has!
He's done it!
He moves himself up into P7.
Brandon, meanwhile, has just got ahead of his teammate Nate into P4. Went on to the penultimate lap now.
The question is, can Bingley catch Sinker's Waiter? Let's go on board with Nathan Brandon. The gap up front, by the way, is 3.7 seconds between Findium and Syke Zany. Chasta, he's just come back a little bit, but... Nate's almost lost it. Oh, what a save from Nate. Get the clips. Brilliant save from Nath. Lesmo 2. That was Syke Zany Mark II with that save. A superb save. Wow. Oh, Smoke's had a moment. He has gone backwards somewhere. I'm trying to work out where. Lost a couple of positions.
That was the exit of Rettifilio.
Okay, the last lap, ladies and gents, lap 27. Who is that in the chat? That's Zuma. This part is wilder than the host's hairline, quoted by Georgie Pale. Thank you very much, Zuma.
I think we may have just had our quote of the day.
Possibly. I just shaved my head. I've actually got plenty of hair. I just shave it. I like the look. Okay, last lap then. The leader has just come through the Rosier chicane, making his way down towards Lesmo 1. I'm currently with Nathan at the moment. He's trying to chase down Brandon and get that position back again.
But of course, Nath does have a time penalty to take into account as well.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how many penalties that Finn and Syke Zany have got between them. Whether Chasta is in with a chance of stealing a position or two up the front, not quite sure.
Valid point.
I won't give the game away. We'll wait to the end of the race, and we'll take a little shifty then. But it's been a pretty good race. I've enjoyed it, Kenzie. I've really enjoyed it. Considering it's
down the field.
We've got a lot of reserves in tonight. I've really enjoyed it. I think it's been a lot of quality racing. We've still got a good battle going between Hayes Skeefy and LP Smoke as well, and that's going to be one to watch at the end of the race.
Around the final corner
Here comes Finn, and Finn's going to take the victory. I think the way he's weaving, he's quite comfortable with the penalty situation. Right, there he is. Oh, Syke's got a lot of penalties. Chasta could get him here. He has! He's jumped him. He's got P2, Syke P3. Wow. We've got Brandon and Nath coming through. Brandon gets P4. Nath is in P5, so it stays as you were. Here, Sinkers Waiter crosses the line in P6. Oh, Bingley with a big crash at the end. Gets jumped by Adam LB on penalty countback. F50 Max does the pair of them. He gets P7. Here comes Cookie Chip in P10. And then we got a little bit of a wait now to Waddo. So F50 Max, they gained 3 positions there at the end of the penalty countback. But Chasta gets the second place off Syke Zaney. 3 penalties for Syke, I believe.
Got a couple of
Bingley's got Bingley's got a timing glitch, by the way. Yeah, I can see that on the timing screens. Bingley did finish P4. Waddo there in P11. Sink Liam is going to cross the line in P12. Crowding P13. He's been a bit unfortunate. Oh, we got a cars dropping down the list there. Crowder's dropped right down to penalties. Perennial comes around Parabolica for the final time in P17.
Yeah. You got a couple of drivers that would have a good case to argue for driver of the day. I mean, Kazueto, 16th to P6, but then you got Bingley with his recovery drive after the lap 1 drama.
I think I've got to call it. I'm going to give it to AMS Chester for his debut. That is a blinding debut, getting P2.
Hard to argue with that.
But Codemasters is going with Sink Kazueto. He did have a very good drive, and he pulled off a lovely overtake as well on Bingley and Adam LB. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Paige Baguette. Welcome to the channel. Thank you indeed for the follow. We're just wrapping up here in the Temple of Speed after a pretty damned entertaining Italian Grand Prix courtesy of the Division 1. Hayes in the chat says, enjoyed that. Thanks, Beer. Had a cracking battle with Skeefy. Yeah, we caught some of that. That was a good battle indeed. It's good to see. Could you invite Shasta and Syke in, please, as well, if you'd be so kind, Kenzie?
Sure thing.
And we've just got the guys there on the podium, spraying the champagne everywhere. And let's give you a quick rundown of the final order. Findium, on his return, gets the victory. Chast on his debut gets P2, an impressive drive. Syke Zaney in P3. Those are our podium finishes. Then we've got Brandon in P4, Nathan P5. Those two had a titanic battle during the race. Sinkers Waito, driver of the day and the fastest lap as well of the race in P6. F50 Max, by keeping it clean, gets the position gains. P7 for F50 Max. Adam LB in P8. Bingley P9, but there is a timing glitch that we need to take a look at because Bingley only had 3 seconds of penalties, as you can see. So I think actually Bingley may well have finished P7. In all reality, we'll have to check on that. We'll take a look back at the stream after it's finished. Cookie Chip then rounds up the top 10, and then we've got Waddo in P11, Hayes in P12, ERN Skeefy in P13, Sink Liam in P14, Smoke in 15, Crowding, you've got to feel a bit sorry for Crowding really, in P16, Perennial P17, Fishy Fingers in Division 1. Yeah, I said it. I'm never going to say it again. In P18, Rampant Badger, P19. Alrighty, there we go, ladies and gents. Let's get the podium screen up. Let's have a chat with our podium finishes in what was a pretty damned entertaining race for us in the comms booth. Let's just get the podium screen up if I can find it. There we go. Finn, first race back. It's just like you haven't left. A victory. Congratulations, dude.
Well, thank you. I'm not happy. I took a penalty. I'm a bit embarrassed. But
I know you don't like penalties, do you? You rarely get them.
I don't like penalties. And I had no reason to take one, but I still took one, so not good.
Where did it happen? That's just out of interest.
No, I was out of Ascari. I was going for a lap so I can get a 2-second cap to Zaney because it was kind of a weird race. We were just like he was closing in within that 1.5 seconds, and I pulled away, and then he closed in, and then I pulled away. So.
Okay, pretty comfortable drive though. Once you got a pole position with that time, and then you got away quickly. That was the key thing. You broke DRS within a lap and a bit. So was it all about just managing the gap? Really, just were you pushing really hard, or just controlling the situation up front?
Yeah, it was more of a controlling because when I got that 1 second gap, I knew that I just need to harvest some ERS, and when the guys close up, I just burn it all during one lap and get that gap back. And obviously I was in a soft medium strategy, so someone was gonna get the fastest lap with the soft tires in the end anyway, so no point for.
Yeah, I mean,
you're for that either. Just
I think you're about only 3/10 off it anyway. I think you did a 1:20.4, didn't you? I think on the.
Nah, it was a 20.1.
20.1. Yeah. I think your lap was a 20.4, your fastest, or something like that.
No. 0.9.
0.9 was it? 0.9. So about 8
so no point.
Yeah, no point in pushing it and going off somewhere. Yeah. Now I've got a question for you. because I know the answer to this already. But now, you've been switched over to some PC racing. You've been doing some PC racing, of course, on Wednesday night with us, and also you've got your own. You've been doing some PC racing on a Friday night. Now, tell the viewers, so they hear it from somebody else and not just me, the difference. Is there a difference between F1 2020 on PC and F1 2020 on console?
It's like a different game. You need to experience that. There's no input lag. The graphics are better. Everything seems to work a bit better. I know it's Cody still, but it seems to work a bit better on the PC side anyways.
There you go.
It's so much better.
There you go, chat. Do you believe me now? I've been telling you this all damn week. You've watched a couple of my test streams. It is a completely different game on PC. And if you haven't got a PC, beg, steal, or borrow one for 2021 because that is going to be the racing experience. We're going to be heavily promoting, heavily pushing the PC League, of course, in Total Impact Racing, as well as ever the console side of racing as well. But if you get a PC or if you're planning on getting one, man, go and do some racing on that because it is where it is at. It's a different experience. It really, really is. But GG's Finn, it's good to see you back on track and a good result. As I say, it's like you hadn't gone. You've picked it up, straight back on, win.
Yeah, I mean, I want to just say congratulations to Chester because I believe it was his debut. So
yeah,
P2, that's a good result. So congratulations.
Absolutely. In fact, what we'll do is we'll move on to Chester and have a quick chat. AMS Chester, brought in by Oscar, and my goodness, that was a really, really good drive. It showed some solid pace in qualifying. Got the job done on Syke early in the race. Then Syke did the undercut on you, got the position back, but you kept it clean, no penalties. So tell us all about your race.
Yeah, thank you, mate. But I don't know, I didn't feel that good in quality because in my last run I messed up 2 corners, so I could have got into 17s, I guess. But anyways, P3 was good. Then yeah, I just picked up 2 early warnings in the first stint, and then I tried not to get another one. So yeah, just managing the race, if I could sum it up.
Absolutely. Well, GG's tonight. Well done. I'm going to ask you a question because obviously we move on to Singapore for next week. It's a completely different style of racing. What are your thoughts on Singapore as a circuit?
Yeah, I quite like it, but I don't know. It's yeah. I had a decent run in one of my previous league races there, but I don't know. Depends on how much time I put in, I guess.
Okay, but a good start to your career though. A good start to your league racing in TIR though, with a very solid bunch of points for finishing P2. So that must give you a lot of confidence going forwards though for the rest of the season.
Yeah, hopefully yes.
Okay. Well, GG's, congratulations, dude, and look forward to seeing you on track next week in Singapore.
Cheers.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're welcome. Moving on to P3, Syke Zaney. Hey, good to see you back on the podium, Syke, and save of the day at Lesmo 2. I caught that on stream. I don't know if you remember, man. Anybody else? Most of the people would have put it in the wall, but you did an absolutely superb save coming out of Lesmo 2. Tell us all about your race, dude.
Yeah, I really should practice more because I just don't like the game anymore. It's boring. I did about 15 laps, tried a completely different setup that felt right in TC. I would have got a 17.7 in quali, like a 10th off Finn, but I bought a Scarry. And then I did I think it's about 1.5 laps into the race. I just knew the setup wasn't good, so I pretty much just gave up. The car was just sliding everywhere. So, yeah, the tyre wear was horrible as well. I think my rear left was about 75 at the end of the race.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah,
so,
that's pretty high, yeah.
Yeah, I had no ERS as well, so I was trying to... When I undercut, I burnt all my ERS to get ahead of Chester. And then...
Well, it worked, though, because that was a big undercut there. You pulled out, I'd say, getting on for 3 seconds, if not a little bit more, because it brought you within about 1.2 of Finn once you actually came out, once Finn had come in. So, did you feel at any stage you could catch him?
No. I knew he had a lot more ERS than me in pace. I was running quite high downforce as well, so I had pretty much no straight line speed, because I was anticipating running in DRS trains for most of the race.
Okay.
Obviously the setup kind of dictated that didn't happen, so Yeah, I gave up most of the race. I was just driving around trying
Just
to kill
driving
myself,
around.
really.
Yeah. Okay. And thoughts on Singapore moving forwards?
It's okay. It's probably going to be another boring race like most of these are these days. Anyway, so.
Bring on the new game, guys. Bring on F1 2021. That's all I'm saying.
And
With
these
some,
clips
new
on that game,
tracks.
otherwise it'd be another ball first.
Yeah, with some new tracks as well. But no, GG's site, a good haul of points. That brings you back up the league table. Of course, with Bingley having that disconnect, it's unfortunate. It kind of ruined his race. Really dropped all the way down to P16, but then recovered, and I think he finished P7 in the end. So a good recovery drive from Bingley. Drive of the day from the game was Cinquezueto. My drive of the day was AMS Chasta for a really, really good debut.
Thank you, mate.
You are welcome. Well, that just about wraps it up, guys. GG's tonight for you three. Congratulations on your podiums. And I just want to say personally, a personal thank you to all the drivers who took part tonight. Say we have people away, people working, and to everybody who stepped in tonight, the double thumbs up from the Racing Guru. I really, really appreciate you taking time out for your Fridays to jump in and lending your support to TIR. So greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thanks to all the guys in the chat as usual as well. Welcome to the new followers to the channel. Thank you for the recommitments to the channel as well. And that's it from me for the week. But we're back tomorrow night, of course, for the start of the Singapore race week with the Prost and Senna 100% simulation damage leagues tomorrow night. Oh yes, it's going to be carnage. And Jason, I believe, and Parush will be streaming the two races. And then we start off the equal performance leagues next Monday, Division 6 and 5, of course, with Bread Gaming and Shrews. So that's then. And of course on Sunday, there's no track trial because the fat man, the Racing Guru, Beer and Kebab, is on the piss with the Jackie Cole posse drinking lots and lots of alcohol in Hartlepool. So there's no track trial. I'm going to be flat on my back. So that's it, guys. I'm going to say good night. Thank you to Kenzie for doing the co-coms. As always, Kenzie, it's a real pleasure working with you.
Yeah, always a pleasure being here on a Friday night.
Absolutely. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you very, very soon. Until the next time, take care and Godspeed.